let's talk about creating viral worthy listing reels. So our members are racking up hundreds of thousands of views on their listing reels, and today I'm going to walk you through exactly how to get results like these, because they're not on accident and it's actually so simple. Creating scroll stopping listing videos is a key element to your strategy as a real estate agent. This type of content truly speaks to all ideal clients, whether you're targeting upsizers, downsizers, relocation clients. This type of content is really gold for real estate agents. It shows people what's on the market, it shows how you can market homes strategically, and it helps you to start conversations with leads who are interested in these properties. So as you can see, this is one of our members. They got such great results on this simple reel showcasing this beautiful home in their area. 500,000 views. They have 4,700 comments, 8,000 shares. This is a great strategy to reach more locals, and it's truly something that all ideal clients are interested in. So if you're focusing on upsizers, if those are your ideal clients, then focus on featuring homes that potential upsizers in your area would be looking at. Same thing for downsizers, thinking about what type of properties your ideal client is interested in, previewing these listings, asking the agent if you can show it on your social media, and then giving them credit in the caption. This is a key element to your strategy. So the formula for a viral worthy listing reel is number 1, the visual hook and video quality. Number 2, the text hook. Number 3, the auditory hook. Number 4, having an SEO rich caption. Number 5, having a call to action. And number 6, having a follow-up system to continue to follow up with these leads. So first, let's talk about the visual hook and video quality. So one of the biggest reasons that a listing video flops is because you're losing attention in those first couple of seconds, which is so important on Instagram to grab attention and stop the viewer's scroll. So we're going to talk about how to create videos that are not scroll stopping like this video. It's very messy, it's not aesthetically pleasing, and you just kind of lose interest right away. But instead, focusing on the details of the home and creating a really engaging and beautiful listing video. So the most common filming mistakes that people make is having your arm extended away from your body, just sweeping around the home in long takes. So we're gonna fix this. And also having the settings in 0.05 can cause the video to look a little blurry. So let's change that. This is the results of that. The video is blurry, dizzying, it doesn't keep the viewer engaged, and it just doesn't look very polished. So instead, what we're gonna do is hold the phone with 2 hands with your arms tight to your sides, and instead of moving your arms, shift your body. Keep the movement very minimal, very slow, and record shorter clips rather than those long sweeping clips, and just focus on the tight detail shots around the home of the most beautiful little corners and areas rather than trying to show the entire room. The result, it looks much more elevated and cinematic. The short clips holds the viewer's attention better. It looks professionally filmed, and it highlights the standout features of the home. We're gonna skip that one. So you can master these movements, the shift side to side, the rock back and forth, and the hardly moving. And if you're capturing something outside where there's some movement in the wind, or maybe inside if there's a candle lit, you don't even have to move. You can let the movement in the video do the work, and those videos always turn out really great. So this is your listing video checklist. Remember to clear your lens before you start shooting. It makes a huge difference, surprisingly. Especially here in Florida, the humidity will get to your lens, so it's important to just take your shirt and wipe it off. Skip the one-arm room pan. Instead, hold your camera with both hands or get a gimbal. Focus on the best details of the homes. Even when you're filming from the exterior, you don't have to get the entire house in it. Focus on the little corners of the home and the really niche details of the home. Film in 1x, so just no zoom, no like outward zoom, no inward zoom. instead of the 0.5. Sometimes it's cool to do the 2x zoom if you're far enough away and you're still getting a detail shot. But try to always film in 1x instead of 0.5. Minimize your body movements. Keep clips under 1 second. So whenever you're recording, you can make them longer, but whenever you're editing it in the reel, make them 1 second or less typically. Lead with your best clip or clips in the beginning of the reel to stop the scroll immediately, instead of using a clip that isn't very aesthetically pleasing when you have a better one later in the video. Focus on all of your best clips right away to really grab attention, and try to keep the reel video under 10 seconds. If the listing is super nice and you got a lot of great shots, then it can be longer, but try to keep the viewers watching through the whole video. And you can check your camera settings to make sure that you have it all set up properly. So here are the camera settings that you can use here. You can save this, and then there's some instructions here on the bottom for Android as well. And now let's talk about crafting a scroll stopping text hook. So this is the second kind of hook element to grabbing that attention in the very beginning of your reel. Your on-screen text is prime real estate, pun intended, for capturing attention and boosting discoverability. So we need to follow the unspoken font and color rules of Instagram. So a lot of times when you're on your explore page on Instagram and you're seeing what content is being pushed out through the algorithm, you're going to notice that a lot of times it's just a simple font, no animations, it's centered, it's in the middle, it's very aesthetic. Instead of a super colorful font that has animations, we just have a simple text font in the center. So try to stick with these kind of typical fonts rather than using a crazy font. These will typically perform better than these will. We've also found that creating your reels in Instagram or the Edits app will always perform better than Canva. Content that looks like it was created organically on the app just typically performs better than if it looks like it was produced somewhere else and then uploaded. It tends to look more like an ad, or it just doesn't fit in as well on Instagram with the Instagram content. So we recommend creating it directly in Instagram or in the Edits app. And also, like if you're on TikTok, creating it in TikTok, it just typically performs better per what platform you're on. Now, crafting an intentional hook. So instead of just putting something like new listings, 700,000, really focus on speaking to the future buyer and what makes this home unique. And also always be sure to include the city name or what someone would be searching for the home in this area for SEO, and also include that in your caption as well. But remember to try to speak directly to the future buyer. So this home had a beautiful garden. It was a cute little bungalow. So it's important to speak to that and really paint the picture of what life would look like for the person buying this home, and speaking to the person who would be interested in this home. So instead of new listing 700,000, tell them a story, give them more context. So instead we can change that to POV, you move into this beautiful bungalow in St. Pete for under $700K and tend to your garden every day. So you're kind of painting the picture. This home had a beautiful garden. The person who's buying it, they get to tend to this garden every day. Someone who's buying this home would likely be interested in that. And if the home doesn't really have any great features to focus on or isn't super aesthetic, focus on the neighborhood or the price/opportunity or lifestyle. So for example, like if the home is on acreage, selling that kind of lifestyle that comes with that. You can build your dream in this home for this price point. Sell the really big selling points of the home in the hook. So I'm not sure if you guys are going to be able to hear this audio, but this is one of our Coffee and Contracts creators, KK. And if you can't hear it, she just picked a perfect trending audio that goes with this home. This is an older home and it's a nice slow audio. It just really fits the vibe, and it is a trending audio. It has a little arrow pointing up. So remember to always include a trending audio on the reel that really matches the vibe of the home. Bonus points if it is a trending audio that doesn't have a lot of uses yet, or if it's just a classic song like the one that KK used here, that just really matches the home's vibe. I've found that a lot of times that like just a good classic will always do really well, and it'll always be trending. And if you're doing something where you're speaking to the camera, remember to use a microphone or headphones for a really crisp, clear audio, and cut out all dead space, especially in the beginning when you're saying that initial hook. You don't want the millennial pause, as they call it, when there's a few seconds at the beginning of the clip without anyone saying anything. You need to get right to it and grab that attention right away. And then in your caption, be sure to include your city name and as many keywords as you can for the home. Like, so this home is in Nashville, so she included Nashville. You can include Nashville real estate, home, etc. But always make sure to include a call to action like comment listing, and I'll send the details to your DMs. Then you can DM them the link to the listing from your MLS or your website. And you can set up an automation to do this through ManyChat or StanStore, or just do it manually at first. And use this as an opportunity to start a conversation and nurture a lead. Continue to follow up with them. So you send them the listing, then start asking them questions and start a conversation with them. In Coffee and Contracts, we have a ton of tools that you can use to help you promote your listings. If you go over to the Content Vault, go to the social media tab, and then under content pillars, under promotional, if you select new listing features, we have a ton of great templates that you can start from. But really the key for success in these is the quality of the video and making sure that you're recording your listings intentionally. So please use this guide, and I hope you find it helpful. Let us know if you have any questions. You can chat with us on Instagram at Coffee Contracts.